Welcome back as we recap on this week's debate on the police budget vote debate. The Richard Mdluli case was also raised by a range of political parties, but there were also concerns about police brutality and infighting in the top ranks of the South African police services. We pick up on the remarks made by COPE's spokesperson for the police, Mr. Leonard Ramatlakana, who expressed his concern about what was happening within the police services.
When you read in the newspaper, you read about Richard Mdluli, you see the abuse of the resources. This abuse is alleged to be used by him as a gain to gain the position of power and influence in the political, including becoming the national commissioner. Ministers are running away instead of acting firmly. Is it correct that we must conclude that the involvement and running away, allowing the Mdluli to run off, is in fact to allow the political contestation? The same person called Richard Mdluli is the one that penned the report, who went to use this report in South Gauteng against his own suspension as an issue of conspiracy against him. Now, when you read about Mdluli versus Hawks, you see and you observe a terrible and horrifying scene that is allowed to worsen. Who is spying for who to settle party leadership contestation? The report of that kind is unwarranted and in fact breathtaking.
We must be very frank to each other, especially when we're dealing with the police. We cannot afford to have a corrupted person within the police service, whatsoever, no matter what, no matter who is dealing with what.
We are concerned about the fact that the few successes in the fight against crime are flanked by high levels of police brutality. Over the past few years, we have seen an increase in the number of cases of people who die in police custody, people who die as a result of police action, people who are tortured or assaulted by police officers in the execution of their duties, to mention but a few. We have also seen an increased number of cases where some members of the Southern Police use brute force to disperse peaceful service delivery protests. However, we welcome the means to address this particular issue as enunciated in this House by the Honorable Minister. In this regard, the UDM welcomes the Independent Police Directorate in Budget Vote number 23, which focuses on enhancing the capacity which enhances the capacity of the Directorate.
We are quickly to say without any doubt that the Minister of Police will neither shudder nor shiver in acting decisively against any police officer or personnel in the Department of Police who is found guilty of committing serious crimes, including corruption. In this instance, the Minister of Police has put in place a comprehensive anti-corruption implementation plan. In the same vein, the Minister...
Voorzitter, I want to start to say to the Honourable Minister, besides the Jackie Celebi case, the Mdluli case did the most damage to the image of the South African police services. Your actions is a matter of too little, too late. Unfortunately, I must tell you, Honourable Minister, that you have egg on your face. You were the person that instructed after the member's suspension that he be reinstated. Now, how is it possible that a member of the police who's got a murder inquest pending against him can still be in a position to serve? The normal members of the police services, when allegations are made against them, they are suspended and there is no comeback before the matter is closed. U is ongelukkig skuldig daaraan, agbare minister, en ek sê weer, wat u gedoen het is te min, te laat.
The ACDP is deeply concerned about the effects that media reports about the SAPS generals are taking one another in public have on the morale of the police. The confidence and trust of the public in their own security establishments wanes as they do not only read about these fights, but also about police officers who are involved in serious crimes such as murder, rape, and armed robbery. It is not enough, I believe, for Cabinet to condemn the ongoing public spat between senior police officers, including the head of crime intelligence. Cabinet must be seen to be united behind fighting all forms of corruption, particularly among the police who have a constitutional mandate to prevent, combat, and
On a
investigate
point of order,
crime.
Chairperson.
It is not enough for Cabinet, we believe, to condemn the ongoing public spat between senior police officers, including the head of crime intelligence. Cabinet must be seen to be united behind fighting all forms of corruption, particularly among the police who have a constitutional mandate to prevent, combat, and investigate crime.
Police brutality in handling citizens serves nobody any good. In fact, it aggravates the issue and crime itself, because every time police use unwarranted force against civilians, they are committing crime which they are mandated to combat. It's an absolute shame that several cases emanating from the police brutality have pushed the contingent liability to 7.5 billion in the past financial year.
And those were clips from this week's budget vote debate on the South African Police Services. We move on to our next item.